cancer treatment. Rachel had been dead for 3 years, but the debt lived on. Daddy. He looked up. 3 identical faces, brown curls, wide eyes. Emma, Lily, Sophie. His 7-year-old triplets. Why are you crying? Emma asked. I'm not crying, sweetheart. Your eyes are wet, Lily pointed out. Just tired. Marcus folded the letter, forced a smile go play. They ran off, giggling innocent. They had no idea they might lose their home, their school, everything. No idea their father was drowning. Marcus's phone rang, a known number. He answered, hello? Mr. Reed? This is Catherine Wells. I represent Morrison Tech Industries. Marcus's stomach dropped. Morrison Tech, the company that owned his loan. I've seen your file. The woman continued. You're in default. I know, I'm trying. We're prepared to take legal action. Fraud charges. You signed contracts you couldn't honor. My wife was dying. That's not our concern. You have 2 options. Pay the full amount immediately, or face prosecution. Marcus closed his eyes. I don't have it. Then I suggest you find a lawyer. Goodbye, Mr. Reed. She hung up. Marcus sat in the silence. Prison. He could go to prison. And his daughters? Foster care. Split up. He couldn't let that happen. 3 years earlier, Rachel had been everything. Beautiful, kind, full of life. Then the diagnosis came. Stage 4 cancer. We can fight this, the doctor said. But the treatment is expensive. How expensive? $500,000, maybe more. Marcus didn't hesitate. Took out loans. Sold everything. Signed papers he barely read. Whatever it takes. Save my wife. But 6 months later, Rachel was gone anyway. And Marcus was left with 3 grieving daughters and crushing debt. He tried to pay, God. He tried. Worked 2 jobs, skipped meals, sold his car. But it wasn't enough, would never be enough. The debt grew, interest compounded, penalties added, until the final notice came. Now Marcus had 30 days. 30 days to find $500,000, or lose everything. 2 days later, Catherine Wells called again. Mr. Reed, my employer would like to meet with you. Your employer? MS Charlotte Morrison, CEO of Morrison Tech. She's reviewed your case personally. Why? She'll explain. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Her office. Don't be late. Click. Marcus had no choice. He went. Morrison Tech headquarters was a glass tower. Expensive, intimidating. Marcus felt small in his cheap suit. The elevator took him to the top floor. Executive level. A secretary led him to massive double doors. MS Morrison will see you now. Marcus entered. The office was huge. Floor-to-ceiling windows. City view. Everything white and chrome. And in the center, a woman, blonde, beautiful, cold, in a wheelchair. Charlotte Morrison didn't stand to greet him, couldn't. She sat, perfectly still, hands folded in her lap. Mr. Reed, sit. Marcus sat. Charlotte studied him. Eyes like ice. You owe me $500,000. I know. You can't pay. No. You signed contracts knowing you couldn't fulfill them. That's fraud. My wife was dying. I was desperate. Desperation isn't a legal defense. Marcus's jaw tightened. What do you want from me? Charlotte wheeled closer. I'm going to make you an offer. What kind of offer? Marriage. Marcus blinked. What? Marry me 1 year. Contract marriage. Then I'll forgive your debt. You're joking. I don't joke. Charlotte's face was expressionless. 1 year as my husband. You'll live in my house. Attend events. Play the role. Then you're free. Why me? Because you're desperate. You won't fall in love. You need money. I need someone who won't pity me. Marcus looked at the wheelchair. I don't understand. You don't need to. You just need to answer. Yes or no. Marcus thought of his daughters. Foster care. Split up. Lost. 1 year. 12 months. Then the debt is erased. You walk away. And if I refuse? Prison. Your daughter's in the system. Your choice. Marcus closed his eyes. Open them. Yes. Charlotte smiled. It didn't reach her eyes. Good. We'll start immediately. Before we continue, please tell us where in the world are you tuning in from. We love seeing how far our stories travel. 2 years earlier, Charlotte Morrison had been different. Successful, powerful, engaged. Her fiancé Derek was perfect, handsome, charming, wealthy. They were planning the wedding, venue, flowers, guest list. Everything perfect. Then the accident happened. Charlotte was driving home from work, late night rain. The drunk driver ran the red light, hit her car broadside. She woke up in the hospital, tubes, machines, pain. MS Morrison? The doctor's voice was gentle. I need to tell you something. What? The accident caused severe spinal trauma. We did everything we could. Just say it. You'll likely never walk again. Charlotte stared at the ceiling. Likely? There's a small chance, with therapy, but I wouldn't count on it. Derek visited that night. Sat by her bed, held her hand. It's gonna be okay, he said. We'll get through this. But 2 weeks later, he left. I can't do this, Charlotte. I'm sorry. You're leaving me? Because I'm in a wheelchair? It's not just that. It's everything. The medical bills, the therapy, the attention. I didn't sign up for this. You said you loved me. I loved who you were, not this. He walked out. Charlotte didn't cry, couldn't. She was too numb. Her friends disappeared next. Too uncomfortable, too awkward. I'm so sorry, but I can't handle hospitals. This is just, it's too much. I'll call you soon. They never did. Within 6 months, Charlotte was completely alone. Except for her company, her work, her money. That's all anyone saw anymore. Not her. Just the wheelchair, just the disability. So she built walls, high, thick, impenetrable, and decided if people only saw her money anyway, she'd use that to her advantage. The contract was 40 pages long. Marcus read every word. Marriage agreement between Charlotte Morrison and Marcus Reed. Terms. Duration, 12 months from wedding date. Living arrangements. Marcus and daughters move into Morrison Estate. Public appearances. Attend all required events as married couple. Physical relationship, not required. Romantic feelings, discouraged. Termination. After 12 months, marriage annulled, debt forgiven. Marcus's obligations. Act as husband in public. Maintain image of happy marriage. Keep contract confidential. No media interviews without approval. Charlotte's obligations. Forgive $500,000 debt upon completion. Provide housing and expenses during contract. Education for daughters at private school. Medical care for Marcus's mother. Marcus stared at the last clause. Medical care for his mother. Charlotte had included that, without him asking. His mother had diabetes, needed medication, treatments, none of which Marcus could afford. Why? He asked. Charlotte looked up from her desk. Why what? Why include my mother's medical care? Because you'll worry about it. Distract you from the role. This way, you focus. That's considerate. It's practical. But Marcus saw something flicker in her eyes. Something that looked like kindness. He signed a contract. That evening, he had to tell his daughters, "Girls, I need to talk to you." Emma, Lily, and Sophie sat on the couch, serious faces. They knew something big was coming. Marcus knelt in front of them. "I'm getting married." Silence, then. "What?" Emma gasped. "To who?" Lily demanded. "Her name is Charlotte. She's a very successful businesswoman." "Do we know her?" Sophie asked. "No. You'll meet her soon." "Are you in love?" Emma asked. Marcus hesitated too long. "That means no," Lily said flatly. "Why are you marrying someone you don't love?" Sophie frowned. "Because she's helping our family, and we're helping her." The girls exchanged looks, their silent triplet communication. "Is this about money?" Emma asked quietly. Marcus went still. "What?" "We're not stupid, Daddy. We know you're worried about money. We hear you crying at night," Lily added. "We see the bills on the table," Sophie finished. Marcus felt his throat tighten. "I didn't want you to worry." "We worry anyway," Emma said. "You're our daddy." "Are you marrying her for money?" Lily asked again. Marcus took their hands. "I'm marrying her to save our family, to give you a good life, to keep us together." "Will she be our mommy?" Sophie whispered. "She'll be my wife, but she's not replacing your mother. No one could." "Will she be nice to us?" Emma's voice was small. "I hope so." The girls looked at each other again. "Okay," Emma decided. "If it keeps us together, okay. We'll be good," Lily promised. "We'll make her like us," Sophie added. Marcus pulled them close. "You don't have to make anyone like you. You're perfect as you are." 2 days later, Charlotte came to their apartment. Marcus had warned her. It's small. Nothing like what you're used to. I don't care. But when she wheeled through the door, she saw exactly how small. One bedroom. The girls shared. Marcus slept on the couch. Peeling wallpaper, leaky faucet, stained carpet. This was what $500,000 in debt looked like. The girls heard the wheelchair first. Wheels on the hallway carpet. Then Daddy opened the door. And there she was. Blonde, beautiful, in a wheelchair. 3 sets of eyes went wide. Girls, this is Charlotte. These are my daughters, Emma, Lily, and Sophie. Charlotte looked at the triplets. They looked back. Hello, Charlotte said, voice cool, distant. Hi, Emma whispered. Awkward silence. Then Sophie stepped forward. Why are you in a wheelchair? Sophie. Marcus was mortified. But Charlotte's expression didn't change. I was in a car accident. Now I can't walk. Does it hurt? Sometimes. I'm sorry. Charlotte blinked. Something flickered in her eyes. Thank you. Lily approached. Are you really marrying our daddy? Yes. Why? Because we're helping each other. That's what Daddy said. Emma joined her sisters. Are you nice? Charlotte paused. No one had asked her that in years. I don't know, am I? The girls looked at each other. Silent communication. We'll find out, Emma decided. Charlotte almost smiled. Almost. Your apartment is small, Sophie observed. Sophie, Marcus said again. But Charlotte's lips twitched. Yes, it is. Our new house will be big. Lily asked. Very big. Will we have our own rooms? Emma's eyes were huge. Yes. 3 bedrooms. You can decorate however you want. The girls gasped, looked at each other, then at Charlotte. Can we have pink? Sophie asked. If you want. And toys. Lily added. Yes. And books. Emma finished. As many as you want. The girls tackled Charlotte in a hug. She froze, uncertain. But slowly, her arms came up, held them back. And for a moment, she didn't look cold. She looked vulnerable. The wedding was scheduled for 2 weeks later. Small ceremony at City Hall, just paperwork. But Charlotte's PR team had other ideas. A billionaire CEO getting married? This needs to be an event. It's a contract marriage, Charlotte said flatly. The public doesn't know that. This is good PR, trust us. So it became an event. Fancy church, designer dress, photographer, 200 guests. All fake, all for show. Marcus stood at the altar in a rented tux. His mother sat in the front row, crying happy tears. She didn't know it was fake. He couldn't tell her. The triplets were flower girls, white dresses, pink sashes. They took their role seriously, walking slowly, scattering petals perfectly. Then Charlotte appeared at the back of the church, in her wheelchair, but transformed. White dress, elegant, expensive. Her blonde hair perfect. She looked like a bride, a real bride. Marcus felt something catch in his chest. She wheeled down the aisle, slowly, eyes forward, not looking at the guests, just at him. When she reached the altar, she stopped, looked up at him, and for just a second, her mask slipped. He saw fear, vulnerability, hope. Then it was gone, replaced by ice. The ceremony began. Standard vows, standard rings. Do you, Charlotte Morrison, take Marcus Reed to be your lawfully wedded husband? Charlotte's voice was steady. I do. Do you, Marcus Reed, take Charlotte Morrison to be your lawfully wedded wife? Marcus looked at Charlotte, at the wheelchair, at the cold expression, hiding something softer. Thought of his daughters, safe, fed, educated. I do. You may kiss the bride. Marcus leaned down. Charlotte turned her head slightly. His lips brushed her cheek, not her mouth. The photographer captured it anyway, made it look romantic. Everything about this was a lie, but the guests applauded anyway. They moved into Charlotte's mansion that same day. The house was enormous, 20 rooms, 3 floors, elevator for the wheelchair. Staff everywhere, maids, cooks, gardeners, drivers. The triplets were overwhelmed. Is this a castle? Sophie whispered. It's just a house, Charlotte said from her wheelchair. It's huge. Emma ran to the window. We can see the whole city. Your rooms are upstairs. 3rd door on the left. All 3 bedrooms connected. Lily looked back at Charlotte. Where's your room? 1st floor. I don't use the upstairs anymore. Why not? Sophie asked. The elevator breaks sometimes. Easier to stay down here. The girls exchanged sad looks. Can we visit you? Emma asked. Charlotte paused. If you want. We want, all three said together. Something shifted in Charlotte's expression, too quick to catch. That first week was awkward. Charlotte worked from home, always in her office, always busy. Marcus tried to stay out of her way. The triplets tried everything to get to know her. Miss Charlotte? Emma knocked on the office door. Come in. The girls entered, shy, uncertain. We made you something. They held out a drawing. 3 stick figures, one in a wheelchair, one tall man, 3 small girls. That's you. That's Daddy. That's us. We're family now. Charlotte stared at the drawing. We're not really a family. We know it's pretend, Lily said, but we can still be nice. Why would you be nice to me? Because that's what good people do, Sophie said simply. Charlotte didn't know what to say. Can we ask you something? Emma said. What? Does the wheelchair hurt? Charlotte blinked. Sometimes. Can we help? Like push you places? You don't have to. We want to, all three said together. Charlotte felt something crack inside her chest. These children, these strangers, wanted to help her. Not because they had to, because they wanted to. Yes, she said quietly. You can help. The girls beamed. At night, Charlotte had a secret. After everyone was asleep, she'd go to the basement gym, lock the door behind her, and walk. She'd been able to walk for 6 months now. Experimental therapy, expensive, painful, but it worked. Her spine healed, her legs strengthened. The doctors were amazed. This is remarkable. You should tell people. But Charlotte didn't. Why? Because the wheelchair was a test. A way to see who really loved her, who pitied her, who used her. In the wheelchair, she could identify the fakes, the users, the pitiers. Without it, everyone would pretend, lie, use her wealth and connections. So she kept walking a secret. Late at night, in locked rooms where no one could see. It was lonely, isolating, but safer than being hurt again. One night, she was on the treadmill, walking, then jogging, feeling free for the first time all day. She heard something at the door. Froze, listened. Soft voices, whispering. She quickly got back in the wheelchair, unlocked the door. 3 small faces stared up at her. The triplets. Charlotte's heart stopped. What are you doing up? She asked. We heard noises, Emma said. Where were you walking? Lily's eyes were huge. Charlotte's mind raced. No, just doing exercises in my chair. But we heard footsteps, Sophie said. You heard the treadmill. I use it for arm exercises. The girls looked at each other. That's silent communication. Okay, Emma said slowly. But Charlotte could tell. They didn't believe her. Go to bed now. The girls ran. Charlotte wheeled back to her room, heart pounding. They'd heard, maybe seen. Everything was ruined. The next morning, Charlotte braced for exposure. Waited for Marcus to confront her, for the girls to tell. But breakfast was normal, quiet. The girls ate cereal, glanced at her occasionally, but said nothing. Finally, Emma spoke. Miss Charlotte? Charlotte's stomach dropped. Yes? Can we talk to you? Alone? Here he comes, all right. They went to Charlotte's office, closed the door. We know your secret, Lily said. Charlotte closed her eyes. What secret? You can walk. Sophie said. We saw you last night. Charlotte's hands clenched. I can explain. We won't tell, Emma interrupted. Charlotte looked up. What? We won't tell Daddy, or anyone. Lily stepped closer. It's your secret. Why would you keep it? Because you must have a good reason, Sophie said, for hiding it. And we're your family now, Emma added. Even if it's pretend. Family keeps secrets. Charlotte felt tears burn her eyes. You barely know me. You gave us a home, Lily said. You're helping Daddy, Sophie added. You're not mean to us, Emma finished. That's enough. Charlotte broke, started crying. The triplets didn't hesitate, hugged her, all 3 at once. And Charlotte held them, sobbing. For the first time in 2 years, she didn't feel alone. Over the next month, something changed. Charlotte started joining family meals, started asking about the girls' day, started caring. The triplets helped her exercise in the basement, code for watching her walk. They kept the secret, never told Marcus. Why are you doing this? Charlotte asked one night. The girls were helping her practice walking, cheering her on. Doing what? Emma asked. Keeping my secret, being kind to me. Because we like you, Lily said. You're nice to us, Sophie added. You make Daddy smile, Emma finished. I make your father smile. Yeah, when you laugh at his jokes, or when you talk about your work. He looks happy. Charlotte hadn't noticed, but now that they mentioned it, Marcus did seem lighter, less stressed. Was it because of her? Marcus was noticing changes too. Charlotte laughing at dinner, actually laughing. Charlotte asking about his day, really listening. Charlotte being gentle with the girls, patient, kind. One evening, he found her reading to them. All three cuddled on the couch. Charlotte's voice was soft, animated, nothing like the Ice Queen from their first meeting. And they lived happily ever after, she finished. Again, Sophie demanded. It's bedtime. One more story? Emma pleaded. Please, Lily added. Charlotte looked at their faces. Fine, one more. Marcus watched from the doorway, smiling. This was what family looked like. Even a fake one. After the girls were in bed, Charlotte found Marcus in the kitchen. They're wonderful, she said. They are. You raised them well alone. That's not easy. I had help, my mother, Rachel's parents before they passed, friends. Still, 3 kids alone, after losing your wife. Charlotte paused. That takes strength. Marcus looked at her. You're strong too. Am I? You built an empire. You survived an accident that would break most people. You're still here. Still fighting. He stepped closer. That's strength. Charlotte felt her breath catch. I don't feel strong. Strong people never do. They stood close, closer than necessary. Charlotte felt something spark between them. Then she pulled back. This is breaking the contract. What? No feelings. That's what we agreed. I know. So we can't. Charlotte gestured between them. Marcus nodded slowly. Right, no feelings. Exactly. But neither of them moved away. 2 months into the marriage, Charlotte's ex-fiancé showed up. The doorbell rang during breakfast. A maid answered, then rushed to Charlotte. Ma'am, there's someone here. Derek Matthews. Charlotte's face went white. Tell him to leave. He says he won't leave until he speaks with you. Marcus stood. I'll handle it. No. But Marcus was already at the door. Derek stood there, tall, handsome, arrogant. Who are you? He asked. I'm Marcus, Charlotte's husband. Derek laughed. Husband? That was fast. How long after I left did you find a replacement? Leave. I came to talk to Charlotte. She doesn't want to talk to you. Let her tell me that. Charlotte wheeled into the foyer. What do you want, Derek? I heard you got married. To some nobody with kids. He sneered. Desperate much? Get out of my house. Your house. Or his. Derek gestured to Marcus. Let me guess. He's here for your money. That's none of your business. I knew you. The real you. Before the accident. You're pathetic now. Marcus punched him. Derek hit the floor, nose bleeding. Get out, Marcus said quietly. Dangerously, before I do worse. Derek scrambled up. You're insane. I protect my family. You're not family. You're nothing, now leave. The triplets appeared at the top of the stairs. Don't talk to Miss Charlotte like that. Emma shouted. She's our family. Lily added. You're mean. Sophie finished. Derek looked at the girls, at Marcus, at Charlotte. You're all pathetic. Living a lie. Better a kind lie than a cruel truth, Marcus said. Leave. Derek left. Charlotte stared at Marcus. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did. Marcus's hands were still shaking. No one talks about you like that. Not in front of me. It's just a contract. No, it's not. Not anymore. Charlotte felt tears slip down her face. Marcus. I know what the contract says. But I can't help how I feel. We agreed. I know. And I'm sorry. But I can't pretend anymore. He walked away. Charlotte sat in her wheelchair, crying. The girls came downstairs, surrounded her. It's okay, Miss Charlotte, Emma said. Daddy's in love with you, Lily added. And we think you love him too. Sophie finished. I can't. Why not? All three asked together. Because love is scary. People leave. People get hurt. Not all people, Emma said, not Daddy. He stayed this long, Lily pointed out. He punched that mean man for you, Sophie added. Charlotte looked at 3 wise 7-year-olds. What if I mess this up? Then we'll all mess it up together, Emma said. That's what families do. 3 months in, the girls had a school event. Parent presentations. Each child introducing their family. Marcus was supposed to go. But work called. Emergency at the job site. He couldn't leave. I'm so sorry, girls. He told them that morning. I'll make it up to you. It's okay, Daddy, Emma said, but her face fell. We understand, Lily added, but she looked sad. It's just one presentation, Sophie said, but her voice cracked. Charlotte heard this from her office. Heard the disappointment, the resignation. These girls had already lost one parent. Now they were used to being let down. She wheeled out, I'll go. Everyone looked at her. What? Marcus asked. I'll go to the presentation for the girls. You don't have to. I want to. The girls' faces lit up. Really? Really? So Charlotte went. Wheeled into the elementary school. Through the stairs, the whispers. Is that Charlotte Morrison? The billionaire? Why is she here? Charlotte ignored them, found the girls' classroom. Emma, Lily, and Sophie lit up when they saw her. Miss Charlotte came. You're here. You didn't leave us. That last one broke Charlotte's heart. The presentations began. Each child talked about their family, showed pictures, told stories. Then it was the triplets' turn. They stood together, held up a poster. Our family. Pictures of Marcus, of Charlotte, of all 5 of them together. This is our dad, Emma said. He works really hard. This is our mom, Lily continued. She's really smart. Mom, not stepmom, not Miss Charlotte. Mom. She runs a whole company, Sophie added. And she came today even though she was busy. Charlotte felt tears streaming down her face. Our mom is in a wheelchair because of an accident, Emma continued. But that doesn't make her less. It makes her stronger. Because she didn't give up, Lily said. She kept going. Sophie finished. That's brave. The class applauded. The teacher approached Charlotte after. Your daughters are remarkable. Thank you. They talk about you constantly. How strong you are. How smart. How kind. I'm not all those things. To them you are. And that's what matters. That evening, Charlotte asked Marcus to meet her in the basement gym. I need to show you something. Okay. She locked the door, turned to face him. I have a secret. The girls know. But you don't. What secret? Charlotte stood up from the wheelchair. Marcus's eyes went huge. What? I can walk. She took a step, then another. I've been able to for 6 months. How? Experimental therapy. It worked, but I didn't tell anyone. Why not? Because I wanted to test people. She walked closer to him. See who loved me, who pitied me, who used me. That's manipulative, I know. But after Derek left, after everyone abandoned me, I needed to know who was real. Marcus stared at her. I don't understand. You passed. You and the girls. You never pitied me. Never treated me as less. You just loved me. Charlotte, I'm in love with you. The words rushed out. I know that breaks the contract. I know we agreed to no feelings, but I can't help it. You're kind. You're strong. You're everything I thought I'd never find. Marcus crossed to her, cupped her face. I'm in love with you too. The contract says. I don't care about the contract. He kissed her, and Charlotte kissed back. When they broke apart, Charlotte was crying. I don't know how to do this. Do what? Be vulnerable, be real, be loved. Then we'll learn together. That night, they told the girls. We need to talk to you, Marcus said. The triplets sat on Emma's bed, wide-eyed. Charlotte has a secret, Marcus began. We know. All 3 said together. Marcus blinked, you know. She can walk, Emma said. We've known for weeks, Lily added. We helped her practice. Sophie finished. Charlotte laughed. Of course you did. There's something else, Marcus said. Charlotte and I, we have feelings for each other. We know that too, Emma said. You're not subtle, Lily added. You look at each other all mushy, Sophie explained. So you're okay with it? Charlotte asked nervously. The girls looked at each other. Silent communication. Then they tackled Charlotte and Marcus in a group hug. We want you to be real married, Emma said. Not fake anymore, Lily agreed. For real forever, Sophie finished. Charlotte held them, all 4 of them. Her family, her real family. Forever, she promised. 6 months later, they had a real wedding. Not at City Hall, not for show. In their backyard, small, intimate, real. Charlotte's mother flew in. Marcus's mother was there, close friends. The triplets were flower girls again, but this time, smiling for real. Charlotte wore a simple white dress, and she walked down the aisle. No wheelchair, just her walking. The guests gasped. Marcus cried. When it came time for vows, Charlotte spoke first. Marcus, 6 months ago, you married me for money. I married you for protection. She held the triplets' hands. But your daughters taught me something. Love isn't about walking or wheelchairs. It's not about money or contracts. She looked at Emma, Lily, Sophie. Love is about showing up, being present, choosing each other every day. She turned back to Marcus. You showed up for me when no one else did. You saw me. The real me. Not the wheelchair. Not the money, just me. Marcus couldn't speak. Just pulled her close. The kiss was long, deep, real. The crowd cheered. As they walked back up the aisle, both walking. Both hold the triplets ran ahead. Our mom can walk, they announced. It's a miracle. Charlotte laughed, full, happy, free. 2 years later, Charlotte's company had grown even more. But she worked from home now, family first. The triplets were 9. Still inseparable, still remarkable. Marcus's architecture firm was thriving. And Charlotte, she walked every day. Sometimes ran, even hiked with the family. But she kept the wheelchair in the basement. A reminder of the journey, of the test, of finding real love. One evening, the family sat on the back porch. Remember when we first met? Emma asked. You were scary, Lily said. Charlotte laughed. I was, wasn't I? But we knew you were nice inside, Sophie said. How? Because Daddy chose you, Emma explained, and Daddy only chooses good people. Marcus pulled Charlotte close. Wisest kids I know. Charlotte looked at her family, her real family. Not bought, not contracted, not tested. Just loved. I spent so long trying to figure out who was real, she said. I forgot to be real myself. And now, Marcus asked, now I'm the realest I've ever been. But 3 weeks later, everything almost shattered. Charlotte got a call from her lawyer. M.S. Morrison, we have a problem. What kind of problem? Derek is suing you. He claims the contract marriage was fraud. Says you manipulated Marcus Reed into marrying you to avoid legal consequences. Charlotte felt ice flood her veins. That's insane. He has evidence. Photos of you walking. Claims you've been faking your disability to manipulate sympathy. I wasn't faking. He's going to the media. Says you're a fraud who used a desperate man and his children for publicity. Charlotte hung up, hand shaking. Marcus found her 20 minutes later, still sitting there. What's wrong? Derek, he's suing me. Claims our marriage is fraud. What? He has photos of me walking. Says I've been lying about my disability. That I manipulated you. Marcus's jaw tightened. That's not true. But it looks true. I hid that I could walk. I married you for a contract. What if the courts believe him? Then we'll fight. Marcus, if this goes public, your daughters will be dragged through it. The media will call you a gold digger. Me a manipulative liar. I don't care. I do. Charlotte stood, paced. I won't let them hurt you or the girls. What are you saying? Charlotte closed her eyes. Maybe we should end this. Annul the marriage before it gets worse. No. Marcus. No. We're not running. We're not hiding. He took her hands. We're fighting. Together. The lawsuit hit the news 2 days later. Billionaire CEO Charlotte Morrison accused of faking disability in contract marriage scheme. The headlines were brutal. Photos of Charlotte walking in the basement, leaked by someone. Details of the contract, the debt forgiveness, everything. Morrison allegedly married struggling single father Marcus Reed in exchange for debt forgiveness, while secretly able to walk. The media swarmed their house. Cameras, reporters, shouting questions. M.S. Morrison. Is it true you faked your paralysis? Mr. Reed, did you marry for money? What about the children? Were they part of the scheme? Marcus pulled the girls inside, away from the cameras. But at school it was worse. Kids whispered, pointed, laughed. Your mom's a fake. Your dad's a gold digger. Your whole family is a lie. Emma came home crying. They said we're not a real family. Lily was silent, withdrawn. Sophie wouldn't eat, or we'll lie, Daddy. Marcus held them. No, we're real, we're family. But the TV said, the TV is wrong. Charlotte watched from the doorway. Heartbreaking. This was her fault, her test, her lies. And now these innocent children were paying for it. That night, she made a decision. Called her lawyer. Settle. Whatever Derek wants. Give it to him. M.S. Morrison. I won't let those girls suffer and this. She hung up. Marcus appeared. What did you just do? I'm settling, ending the lawsuit. Without talking to me. I'm protecting your daughters. Our daughters. And you don't get to make that decision alone. Charlotte stood. They're being bullied at school, called liars. This is destroying them. So we fight back. We tell our story. What story? That I tested you. That I hid my ability to walk. That we're married for debt? Yes, all of it, the truth. The truth makes me look manipulative. The truth makes you look human. Marcus stepped closer. You were hurt. You were scared. You protected yourself the only way you knew how. By lying. By surviving. There's a difference. Charlotte felt tears slip down her face. I've ruined everything. No, you built everything. This family. This love. That's real. But Derek is a bitter man trying to destroy what he couldn't have. Don't let him win. The girls appeared in the doorway. We don't want you to give up, Emma said. We want to fight, Lily added. Together, Sophie finished. Charlotte looked at her family. You really want to do this? Yes, all four said together. Even if it gets worse before it gets better? We're family, Emma said. Families stick together. Charlotte broke, pulled them all close. Okay, we fight. The press conference was scheduled for 3 days later. Charlotte's PR team tried to spin it, control the narrative. But Charlotte refused. No scripts, no lies, just truth. The day came. Charlotte sat at a table, Marcus beside her, the triplets behind them. 50 reporters, cameras everywhere. Charlotte took a deep breath. 2 years ago, I was in a car accident. I was told I'd never walk again. Cameras flashed. My fiancé left. My friends disappeared. Everyone saw the wheelchair. No one saw me. She paused. 6 months ago, I regained ability to walk through experimental therapy. But I didn't tell anyone. Murmurs through the crowd. Why? Because I wanted to know who was real, who loved me versus who pitted me. The wheelchair became a test. Is it true you married Marcus Reed as part of this test? A reporter called out. Yes and no. Charlotte looked at Marcus. I offered him a contract marriage, 1 year, debt forgiveness in exchange for playing the role of husband. More murmurs. But something happened I didn't expect. I fell in love. She took Marcus's hand. Not because of the contract. Despite it, he never pitted me. Never treated me as less. He just saw me. Marcus squeezed her hand. His daughters saw me too. 3 7-year-olds who kept my secret because they wanted to protect me. Who loved me before I learned to love myself. Charlotte looked at the cameras. Was I wrong to hide my ability to walk? Yes. Was the contract marriage unconventional? Absolutely. But was our love fake? No, never. Mr. Reed. A reporter called. Did you marry M.S. Morrison for money? Marcus leaned forward. I married Charlotte to save my family. To keep my daughters safe and together. That's not gold digging. That's survival. He looked at Charlotte. But I stayed for love, real love. The kind that doesn't care about wheelchairs or contracts or public opinion. What about Derek Matthews' claims? Another reporter asked. Charlotte's jaw tightened. Derek left me when I needed him most. Now he's trying to destroy the happiness he refused to be part of. That says more about him than me. The conference lasted an hour. Questions, answers, truth. When it ended, Charlotte had no idea if it helped or hurt. But she'd been honest, finally, completely. The next 2 weeks were brutal. Some media supported them, a love story beyond contracts. Others attacked. Billionaire admits to manipulation. The lawsuit continued. Derek refused to back down. Then something unexpected happened. A video went viral. Posted by Emma's teacher, filmed weeks earlier. The Triplets family presentation. Our mom is in a wheelchair because of an accident. But that doesn't make her less. It makes her stronger. Because she didn't give up. She kept going. That's brave. The video had millions of views. Comments flooded in. These children understand love better than most adults. This is the most beautiful family story I've ever seen. Charlotte Morrison didn't manipulate anyone. She survived. Public opinion shifted. More videos surfaced. Interviews with Charlotte's employees. She gave me a job when no one else would. She's tough but fair. Never uses her disability as an excuse. She's not fake. She's human. Then Charlotte's mother gave an interview. My daughter spent 2 years believing no one would love her again, that the wheelchair defined her. When she found Marcus and those girls, she found herself. The tide turned completely. A week later, Derek dropped the lawsuit. His lawyer called. He's withdrawing all claims. Why? Charlotte asked. Public opinion destroyed him. His own friends turned on him. He can't win. Charlotte hung up, stared at Marcus. It's over. It's over. They held each other, both crying. The girls burst in. We won? We won, Charlotte confirmed. The celebration was small, just family. Pizza, ice cream, laughter. I'm sorry, Charlotte said to the girls, for putting you through that. You didn't put us through anything, Emma said. That mean man did. We chose to fight, Lily added. Because you're our mom, Sophie finished, for real. Charlotte pulled them close, for real forever. A month later, life returned to normal. Better than normal. Charlotte started a foundation for people with disabilities. Because hiding doesn't help anyone, being real does. Marcus's firm took off. The publicity had brought new clients. Turns out people like architects who fight for their families. The girls thrived, confident, strong, united. And Charlotte, she walked openly now, no more hiding. But she still kept the wheelchair. Why? Marcus asked one day. Because it's part of my story. The test, the fear, the journey. She smiled. And because it led me to you. He kissed her, best test I ever passed. She kissed him. The girls groaned, then laughed. And somewhere, Rachel smiled. Because her daughters found a mother, her husband found love, and 5 broken people became whole. Together. If this story touched your heart the way it touched mine, please don't let it end here. Let it remind you kindness still matters, compassion still changes lives, and hope is never wasted. Subscribe and be part of our Heart Echo Stories family, where every voice finds its reflection and every story reminds us that light always finds its way back. And if this moment moved you, share it, because sometimes sharing hope is the kindest thing we can do.